And the Bruins work it around brilliantly and get the easy bucket.
Jim, one of the things about Westbrook, when Collison got injured, Westbrook had to become the point guard. It's made him so much more versatile, as he showed on that play. Now in the other end, to match up more than what I expected. Ship on Anderson.
Spin move, Rose, and the freshman. Short off the front of the rim, Dorsey. UCLA, as they gave up an opening hoop to Michigan State. Then steamrolled the Spartans, had a 50-20 lead on them at halftime.
Here you see that Collison-Rose matchup. Westbrook, he can look anybody in the eye. Although he's 6'3", and Douglas Roberts about 6'5.5", Westbrook can play tall.
Dozier is going to drive on Mbamute, short with the match.
The young man has really been struggling. And believe me, if he can make that shot, I don't know if anybody can beat UCLA in the Final Four. I think he's that critical from the perimeter.
First 5 of the night go to the Bruins. Now it's Douglas Roberts, the All-America. Jumper, yes. Love tries to force the pass. Rose was the one who tipped it away to cause the steal. Now it's Douglas Roberts, puts it on the hip, puts it up with the left hand, up and in. Took.
Dorsey, one of the few guys in college basketball that can body up with Kevin Love and not be beaten.
Rose banks it home in the first 3.5 minutes.
What I love about that is when a guy is in a slump and he's not wanting to take his shot, he very seldom is in any kind of a balance or rhythm to make him. Chip has come right out at the veteran that he is, looking to take jump shots.
His confidence has been so low here for over a month. But what a start here at the Final Four. Now Douglas Roberts again driving, and that's going to be a foul.
Horrendous slump starting in February. Had a little bit of a whiplash yesterday in practice, as we had Ben Holland told us yesterday, but it looks like he's in good shape now.
Douglas Roberts, CDR they call him. He's the #9 all-time scorer in Memphis history. Keith Lee is the paint. Back of the rim, no. Dorsey points ahead, says take off. Anderson hears the call.
I love the way that Memphis is pushing this ball up the floor to try to make this more of an 80-point ball game.
How about one?
Now, I wonder if we're going to see a change. Anderson going over there. Let Rose go ahead on Ship. I think that'd be a better matchup for Memphis. And here's that driving ability. Even
goes under the cylinder. No call. Blocked by Dorsey.
And here comes the push.
Going center. It's Douglas Roberts laying it in. Puts up the soft shot.
They go.
Up ahead, Anderson. Ship's going to challenge. No.
And a big lift to UCLA.
That was in the Sweet 16. He hits both free throws. That last foul, by the way, was charged to Joey Dorsey, not Taggart.
Going inside. Nice double down by Keith.
Here's Taggart with a 3. And look at the big man shoot.
Dorsey hung too long with the guard. Should have gone back in and followed up Love. You're worrying about a guard taking a jump shot as opposed to Love getting an easy shot inside.
Now Rose back out. Taggart, same spot. 1-point lead for Memphis, and the Tigers have brought in for the first time Willie Kemp, #1, handling the ball right now.
Nice step back. Kemp not ready to defend on that particular play. Taggart was taken out by John Calipari. He didn't like that shot selection either.
Douglas Roberts with a driving basket. He just knows how Douglas Roberts to make baskets, buckets.
Kemp taking a school on 2 plays defensively. Westbrook really took advantage of him.
Here he is again. What a rebound by Dorsey. Maybe got away with over the back.
He took a chance going over that back.
Kemp waits for everything to settle. Misses on the 3. Baseline shot over everything.
This club on the floor right now for UCLA lacks some scoring. An opportunity here for Memphis to get a little bit of a margin.
Memphis has brought in #20, Donnell Mack, who can fire it up from 3. Tops on the team this year, 3-pointers made. It's Dozier pulling up with a jumper. Had a good look, but Taggart pulls it down. Here comes Memphis up ahead quickly. Anderson with a 3. Rose comes in again with that strength for violating a team policy. That was a blow to this team because he's an important backup at point guard.
Now here's the matchup I thought. It's Westbrook on Rose right now. He's got good size on him and loves to sit down. A tremendous defender.
Rose over Westbrook. He's patient, and he knocks it home. Gives him 9 now on the game.
Jim, what's happening to the Memphis players? They're going behind those solid screens, and the UCLA guards are just turning the corner and going inside. Good recognition by UCLA.
Anderson tips it right back to him. Here's Mack. He can fire the three. Down and out. Keith tips, no, out to Mack. Quick release to Rose. Gets past with a nifty dribble and lays it in.
Quick shot. Got to question that shot because you don't want to make this pace too quick if you're UCLA.
Anderson with a three. Oh, that was wild, and it got past everyone. Bounces right through the lane, back out high. Here's Mack floating through. Tipped up Dorsey. And the ball's knocked out.
And goes to the right man here.
Over to Dozier.
Jim, Rose is developing not only into a guy that...
Just a couple of absent-minded turnovers. Keith dropping a rebound with no one around him. That ball just inbounding, going right off the foot of Westbrook.
And that was by two very experienced guards. Very sloppy play. Here comes the screen on Collison. Nice step out by Love.
That's the game committed by Memphis. Took him over 13 minutes.
And it did not come from the guard play, Jim. Now watch Love step out on these screens. That was a pick and roll.
Taggart puts up the shot with the left hand, and Dorsey maintains possession for Memphis. Dorsey with 6 rebounds. Here's Kemp. Stuck? No. Finds Taggart. Over Love. Follow up Dorsey. No. And it's Dorsey.
Normally UCLA eliminates those second chance points.
Follow up Taggart. Memphis has gone 8 deep in this game. 5:23 to go in the first half.
Kemp back here with Collison. Advantage Collison. With Rose on the bench. Anderson wants a little bit of ship here.
Feeds it to Taggart. Over Monterreal.
Well, the Iowa State grad has Ben Holland. I'd ask for that floor to be swept down a little bit on his offensive end because guys are slipping quite frequently. But Taggart getting good setup on the inside. Anderson wanting a screen.
Anderson short with the shot. This kid has come on so big time his sophomore year.
There's no question that was a big move for UCLA because they don't have a lot of scoring on the floor right now.
That's just knocked out, no foul. Last touch.
Down the court quickly. Kevin Love likes to play in the half-court situation. His game has basically not been played that way. Oh, nice step under.
And they coming up on AT&T at the half. So Rose to shoot a couple.
Jim, we saw this year, but he has developed into a terrific point guard leader.
And he's consecutively since Bill Walton, Keith Wilkes, Greg Lee.
3 pretty fair players.
Yeah, and the first player from any program since Andre Hudson and Charlie Bell of Michigan State back in 01. Can't leave him open.
Nope.
Oh, that spins out on Westbrook. Underneath, Memphis comes out with it again. It's CDR.
Goes Anderson.
Trying to take middle, but Collison shut off the angle.
Collison has blazing speed. His parents both sprinters. He got back and stymied what could have been an easy layup.
Billy, do you sense it's a dangerous time right here with 2.5 to go for the Bruins? Oh, Collison tries to make the steal. Billy 0 for 3 from the field. Collison, who averages 15 a game.
Well, I think he needs to keep his dribble more alive when he gets those double teams by the Memphis big people because that'll get the ball to Love.
Do you sense it's a dangerous time or not?
Not yet. Not yet. I think that UCLA is an experienced club. You've got Love back in the ball game, and he's fresh. They got to get him the ball some on offense.
Memphis has had some big closes to first halves this year. Here's Douglas Roberts swatted away by
2% from 3, but still a pretty good free throw shooter at 78%.
Looked uncomfortable though with those two. Love comes out high now, goes back down into the paint. Close in on Taggart. Takes the jumper over.
Very little offensive and almost shooting only 50%. So you don't win many games like that.
Rose getting away from Collison. Now over Love. Oh, wow. Past Collison, over Love.
I think that Love felt that he was going to make a pass on that and not put that ball over him. He never left the floor.
Back to a 7-point margin. Down low. Love waits. Follow up, yes.
One of the best in college basketball at second chance points. You're talking about Rose is putting on a show right here against one of the quickest defensive guards in the country.
Well, there's a tip and an offensive rebound. And there's a 7-second differential and a timeout on the losing side.
Yep, an undefeated North Carolina team coached by Frank McGuire. Played 2 games in the Final Four, both triple overtimes, beating Michigan State in the semis.
Taggart regains the handle, now gives it up. Douglas Roberts for Westbrook. And the Bruins tip it around and keep it. Nope. On the floor, Dozier. Pass deflected. And Love says for the first time tonight.
That was a foolish play.
Douglas Roberts has time to launch it. This will count if it's good.
29-26. They eventually went down by as much as 10. Came back to win that one.
UCLA team that late in the year had some remarkable comebacks from double digits. And that was one of them. Here's Douglas Roberts in a reach-in call. He's going to go against Westbrook.
In there, so he had him all by himself.
Memphis was blazing early in this game from the floor, but missed 20 of his last 27.
Dorsey are really banging inside. Dorsey does a good job keeping him off the boards.
Mute had UCLA's first basket, but misses his last 5 shots, and this will send Rose.
He takes him inside.
That's now 2 on Collison. Westbrook, that got away from him.
There's that length again.
Rose hands it off. Douglas Roberts.
You are not.
And that rattles out. Rose crashing in for the rebound. Again taken off. Ball got away from him.
Good hands by Taggart.
Dozier, flip shot, back of the rim. Gets the layup. That's 2 flying Tigers.
There has not been a college basketball player of size that can throw the outlet pass like Love can. He looks for it all the time. Good breakout. There, we have the size differential again, Jim.
Douglas Roberts on Collison.
Just too much length.
And again, the soft roll. Monday night on the new CBS College Sports Network. So now Memphis looking for a double-digit lead.
This is a better matchup for UCLA. Ship at least has some size.
Lob underneath, and no. Love comes in. Rose has it.
No numbers, though, and he takes it himself. For Memphis. Neitzel, Lucas, and Walton
for all season long. He was just terrific as a freshman, but now he goes in.
You think he could wear a uniform, a white uniform, and just fit right in with Memphis the way he plays?
He's having a big night.
Yes, he's got that long ability to finish.
15 for Westbrook. And a UCLA team that hasn't panicked all season when it's faced a double-digit deficit in the second half, and particularly even late in the year. 6 double-digit comeback wins. Douglas Roberts off that.
There's where UCLA is so effective in this game and can take it away from Memphis if they can start playing down in the low paint with the ball.
Rose wants it again, gives it up to Taggart. Takes the 3, and he
sidelines first to do it.
Westbrook denied, and up ahead alone is Anderson. That's first field goal since the opening basket of the game.
Jim, with Amute in there and Love in there and Aboyo in there, UCLA needs to get this ball game played on the glass. Get down inside with it. The perimeter favors Memphis.
Double up on Rose. Ball squirts out to Dozier.
And interestingly, they've only played 8 times in the history of that. Dean Smith never wanted to play against Kansas. And, of course, there's so many connections between those 2 teams in regard to coaches and star players.
3rd time, though, they'll meet in the Final Four since '91. And to the rim.
Love just not getting touches, Jim.
I think for a guy that's averaging 18 a game, they find a way to get him somehow a little more involved. While Rose handling it exclusively at this end. Crashing in, Dorsey puts it on the floor. Finds the outlet. Anderson, 3, no.
Dorsey getting good position. His attitude has been so stellar here in the last month. Showing great leadership.
Douglas Robert, quite a go of it in Houston at the free throw line in those 2 games, Billy.
In 04 was at 62%.
Nice move.
Mute is getting to be pretty active in this ball game offensively now, looking for his shots. And he is a much better matchup size-wise for Chris Douglas-Roberts.
That's Rose on Collison.
Just get moving.
And again, Collison and Westbrook now each with 3.
Look at how much better a matchup it is. Rose respects Westbrook, so he looks to get that ball to somebody else. Rozier's been shaky when he gets the ball on the perimeter.
Rozier
not down in here.
Yeah, trying to back in on Ship. Love comes over to help.
Surprised there was a double.
Rose works his way in to the lane. Spin with the left hand. No, gets a second chance underneath.
And Joey Dorsey's the...
And Dozier says, it's mine.
There's that length again. I really do not understand why Love is not getting the touches. He only has 3 shots in his second half.
Love, and it got away from Dorsey. Well crafted by Ben Howland's team.
Love sits down right now, so UCLA is going to have to get their points from the 3 perimeter players that are out there. Ship is going to have to step up and start looking for some baskets.
17 for Westbrook. Here's Taggart back on the floor.
Great matchup here. He's showing some respect for Westbrook.
Anderson, tough shot. Westbrook's pass picked off by Dorsey. Snaps it up ahead to Douglas-Roberts. Back over Anderson.
Nice idea.
The trailer Taggart gives it to the last man down the court, Rose. And that's a foul again.
Cool on that foul line, isn't he, Jim?
I think he is.
He really knows how to play. Important shot.
Rattled out. He's down for a second. Bounced out. No field goals for Ship since 3.5 minutes into the game. He hit those 2 early threes.
How about the knowledge of Rose right there? Realizing the break wasn't there, pulled it back out.
Rose.
So you can see that these long, rangy Memphis defensive guards have really caused problems for smaller guards, even those that have quickness as Augustine and Collison have. Collison has to sit, probably stay out to the 5-minute mark.
Westbrook will have to handle it at the point. Keefe has come in to replace Collison on the floor. And Douglas-Roberts again gets the shot off, and it's tipped it.
It's a pretty good offensive lineup that they have on the floor right now, and I'm talking about UCLA. Can they get the stops?
That foul was on Rose. He has 2.
Size-wise, the matchup's much better for UCLA. Collison out of the ball game.
Anderson cutting through. Tipped out to Dozier. Almost, but it's only Dorsey underneath.
Again, UCLA reluctant to go inside first and then go out.
UCLA 3 out of 10 from 3 in this game. Roberts.
Good block.
Hot block by Mute with some big defensive plays.
Now, if you're Memphis, you don't want to become too patient here.
They've missed the last 5 from the floor. Rose, shot 3, no.
Well, Keefe got what he wanted. Collison got good look. Memphis not playing as tough a defense as I've seen them play.
Those were 2 good looks from behind the arc, and they misfired on both.
And the Texas players are probably saying, and Michigan State players, how come we didn't see some looks like that?
Memphis has not made a shot now in over 4 minutes, and that's a hand to the face.
It'll be called country when Memphis moved in #1 in spot. We're thinking about the hack-a-shack techniques to put them on that foul line. But since they can shoot,
take the jumper. Maybe he's a little tired. The shot's coming up short, Billy.
I think so. And credit Dorsey for that, because he's been pushing him on both ends of the floor all night.
Been leaning on him all evening.
Yep.
All evening. Yep. Back door they go. Douglas-Roberts dunks it down.
Boy, you feel comfortable if you're a Memphis fan when Rose has that ball in his hands. Trying Calipari wanting to work a little clock and make UCLA really have to run on defense. There's a big solid screen.
Of course, he got away. They get it to him on the blocks. Love defending and blocking. 2 on the shot clock. Douglas Roberts realizes it. Rose. And Dorsey at the other end denies. Rose with the save back in bounds.
How about the big guy, Jim? Gets the ball blocked in one end. He is just playing really great team ball. Terrific hustle on his part. Had caused some problems for John Calipari in his career earlier, but he's showing leadership out there now.
Collison goes for the steal. Has to be careful with the 4 fouls. Rose.
How did he
get it off? Collison inside. He was making that shot against A&M when they came back to win, but not this time. No field goal the last 4 minutes for the Bruins.
Well, Collison and Westbrook both trying to take things one-on-one. You don't want to be reaching against all 6'3" or better. A tough matchup for a guard in the 6-foot range. A much more experienced player than to make a foul like that. His playing time in the NCAA tournament. Full court pressure. Shaky pass.
They almost were able to get a hand on it. When will they start fouling Memphis? Making them earn it at the stripe again. We've got 2.5 to play.
Ooh, that was a dangerous pass. It's picked off. You going the other way.
Not the guy you'd want to put on the line, though, if you had to choose one.
If it touches anybody else, you got to go after him. They don't.
Dozier. Again, 2 the rest of the way.
And 1 coming into this ball game. The history of college basketball, nobody's ever won 38 games. They're bordering on it right now.
It's about to happen, Billy. 90 seconds to go. It'll reach whole new territory. This will send Rose to the line.
It's North Carolina in the championship game, but nobody has ever in the history of college basketball.
2 for 2. Ended up getting knocked out both years by the same team, Arkansas.
Great Indiana State team, and Sidney Moncrief and Larry Bird.
Realized it till yesterday at the shoot-around when we visited.
Coach has been held under 60 points, and he's 64-2 in those games. Obviously, wasn't able to do it here. With Love getting a lot of touches and opportunities, and maybe they're locked in now.
Got him. And Westbrook. That's swatted away by Dozier.
Yeah, Dozier just waiting on him. And UCLA's not going to foul now. Ben Holland's going to let this game go.
3 straight Final Fours for UCLA, but no championships brought back home.
They'll be back.
Could very well be back again next year.
As we said, John Wooden took 15 years to win that first Final Four. I don't think it'll take Ben Holland that long.
The Memphis team, so all of those games to start the year before a loss to Tennessee in late February.
And I'll say that Tennessee loss, Jim, really helped this ball club because it got them focused back in.
Another magnificent Memphis performance.